Good evening. The warning is clear. Britain is now at risk from bird flu. That's what the government's chief vet said today after the first case in Europe was confirmed. The virus, found in poultry in Turkey, has been identified as the lethal strain that has already killed 60 people, although so far transmission has just been from bird to bird. Nevertheless, EU health officials said countries should stockpile antiviral drugs. Our science editor, Lawrence McGinty, is at Westminster tonight. Lawrence.
Steve, 4 years ago, this building here was the nerve centre of the government's battle against another animal disease, against foot and mouth. And it looks as if that command centre may have to be reactivated. This time not for foot and mouth, but for bird flu.
It's getting closer and closer. First Asia, then Russia, now Europe. Here in Romania, they're not 100% sure it's the deadliest H5N1 strain. They're sending samples tonight to a British lab for confirmation. But it is the deadly strain in Turkey. Bird flu is at the gates of Europe.
I don't think the finding of H5N1 in Turkey matters from the point of view of the timing of a global outbreak in humans. What it does tell us is that the flocks of chickens and turkeys in Europe and possibly England are at an enhanced risk.
So what precautions has the government taken to stop bird flu reaching Britain? Well, it's already implemented with the European community a blanket ban on the import of birds and eggs from affected areas. And it's monitoring migrating wild birds, taking samples to detect those infected with the disease. But if bird flu reaches these shores, they'll have to carry out a massive cull of birds in commercial flocks. And even before then, they might have to isolate birds from infection by instructing farmers to keep them indoors.
This is nothing to do with a human pandemic. This is a bird disease. It is a disease which could be caught by humans if they were in very close contact with sick birds and took no precautions. But this is a bird disease. This is nothing to do with pandemic flu.
That hasn't stopped sales of the antiviral drug Tamiflu spiralling. The current virus would have to mutate to make it infectious in the human population, but that could happen anytime.
As far as we're concerned, in some ways the virus could come out as a human virus in the next few weeks, but equally might never happen or might take several years to do.
At the moment, this new outbreak of bird flu is a threat to our farm animals, not to our health. But all that could change overnight. Lawrence McGinty, ITV News.
So, Lawrence, it's getting closer then. The key questions tonight must be how great is the risk to people and will it reach Britain?
Well, it has reached Britain before. In 1992, there was the last outbreak of bird flu. This time, I think the government's taken some very sensible precautions and might well be able to stop contaminated birds coming in, may be able to protect the poultry flocks of British farmers. But protecting humans is much harder if the virus mutates and becomes a form that's transmissible between human beings, because then every flight, and there are millions of those around the world, every flight is a potential route of infection.
Lawrence, thank you very much.